Waves crash against the rugged coastline. The wind howls, a symphony of nature's raw power. Arthur, weathered by time, stands resolute against the wind, his sharp eyes fixed on the horizon. He is a sentinel, a solitary figure amidst the vast expanse of sea and sky. The sea's breath carries tales of voyages past, etched deeply into the lines on Arthur's face. His gaze, unwavering, seems to search for answers in the turbulent dance of the waves. Arthur, a man of the sea, forever bound to its mysteries and its endless horizon. Sunlight barely pierces Arthur's dim room, illuminating dust motes dancing around aged nautical instruments. Arthur's hands, maps of wrinkles and scars, clutch a worn, leather-bound journal. The journal's pages, yellowed with age, hint at untold voyages and long-lost secrets. His weathered fingers trace faded lines on a nautical map, a silent journey across oceans past. Each instrument whispers tales of daring adventures, echoing through the quiet room. The air hangs heavy with the scent of old paper, sea salt, and the ghosts of forgotten sailors. In the dim room, Arthur breaks the fourth wall, his gaze directly meeting the camera's lens, a faint smile hinting at secrets. The room is shrouded in shadow, enhancing the intimacy of the moment as Arthur prepares to speak. He begins to speak, his voice raspy but firm, a voice weathered by time and untold stories. Arthur's eyes gleam with purpose as he unveils the narrative, his words promising depth and revelation. A 1950s port bursts to life in black and white, sailors a hive of purposeful motion. Cranes hoist cargo against the sky, a symphony of industry echoing across the docks. Ships loom large, their hulls scarred by journeys to distant shores. Arthur, young and determined, navigates the throng with unwavering resolve. His eyes, bright with ambition, scan the horizon, seeking a path forward. Each step is a promise, each glance a hint of the man he will become. Monochrome. A ship's cabin is tossed by a raging storm, shadows dancing wildly across the wooden walls. Young Arthur fights to keep his footing as the vessel groans under the assault of wind and wave. The cabin creaks, a symphony of distress echoing the ferocity of the tempest outside. Fear flickers in Arthur's eyes, a small figure against the overwhelming power of the sea. In the dim light of Arthur's room, a copy of Marcus Aurelius's Meditations lies beside a compass. Arthur's hand rests on the book, a silent connection to ancient wisdom. The compass sits still, a symbol of guidance in the quiet room. The scene evokes a sense of introspection and contemplation. In the monochrome flashback, the London docklands loom, a maze of shadows and decay. Young Arthur, just 8, navigates the harsh streets, his small frame swallowed by tattered clothes. Each step echoes his hunger, a silent plea in the heart of relentless poverty. His eyes, wide and forlorn, search for solace in a world that offers none. The bleak backdrop mirrors the desolation in Arthur's young heart, a stark contrast to his hidden strength. In stark black and white, young Arthur's wide eyes reflect the carefree joy of families strolling along the sunlit promenade. Laughter echoes, a symphony of privilege, as the wealthy parade in their expensive clothes, oblivious to the world's harsh realities. The carefree attitudes of the wealthy are on full display. A bitter cocktail of envy and resentment begins to brew within Arthur, a knot tightening in his stomach. His youthful innocence is slowly tainted by the stark contrast between his life and the lives of those around him. Bathed in the somber light of his dim room, Arthur's intense gaze pierces the lens, a silent challenge hanging in the air. His eyes, dark and deep, reveal nothing, yet promise everything. A single ray of sunlight catches the edge of his jaw, highlighting the stark determination etched on his face. The room fades into shadow, leaving only his unwavering stare. He holds the gaze, unflinching, unreadable. The weight of unspoken words fills the silence, a heavy burden carried in his intense expression. Rain lashes down on a London street, the monochrome flashback painting a grim picture. Young Arthur cowers in a doorway, seeking shelter from the relentless downpour. His small frame trembles, a visible battle against the biting cold and dampness. Each drop of rain seems to amplify his isolation, a lonely figure against the city's backdrop. The black and white tones deepen the sense of despair, a stark reminder of hardship. Arthur's eyes reflect a flicker of defiance amidst the vulnerability. In the dim, monochrome flashback, young Arthur sits silently at the table, barely touching his meal. His relatives watch him, their faces sharp with disdain, the black and white intensifying their harsh expressions. The room is filled with unspoken tension, the silence amplifying Arthur's isolation. Each glare from his relatives feels like a physical blow, a stark contrast in the stark setting. Arthur's eyes reflect a deep sadness, a silent story unfolding in the cold, unforgiving light. In Arthur's dimly lit room, shadows dance, hinting at the weight of decisions yet to be made. On the screen, stark words emerge: objective judgment, setting the stage for what is to come. The graphic text hangs in the air, a silent challenge echoing through the somber room. The objective judgment casts a long shadow, an ominous sign. In the ship's mess hall, young Arthur sits among weathered sailors, the air heavy with salt and beer. Arthur's gaze is fixed on an older sailor, his expression a mix of respect and curiosity. The older sailor leans in, his face etched with years at sea. The sea lad, she's a cruel mistress, but she's also the only one who'll never lie to you. The stark monochrome of memory, a flashback to younger days on the ship's deck. Young Arthur wrestles with the sails, the wind, a tangible force against his youthful frame. The canvas strains, mirroring Arthur's struggle against the tempestuous sea. Narration: he remembers the older sailor's advice. The past echoes in the present, a lesson learned amidst the ship's chaotic dance. In Arthur's dim room, faint sunlight struggles to penetrate the gloom, casting long shadows across the worn furniture. Arthur nods slowly, his eyes reflecting a newfound understanding, a quiet acknowledgement of lessons learned. A faint smile graces his lips, hinting at the peace he has found within himself after his journey at sea. The weight of the ocean's wisdom settles upon him, transforming his gaze with newfound depth and serenity. The room seems to hold its breath as Arthur embraces the quiet strength he discovered amidst the raging waves. A sense of calm pervades the room, a silent testament to the transformative power of the sea and its enduring lessons. Bathed in sunlight, a seaside chapel stands serene against the backdrop of the endless ocean. Arthur and Eleanor, young and radiant, stand at the altar, their eyes locked in shared dreams. Arthur's face shines with pure happiness as he gazes at Eleanor, a promise in his eyes. Eleanor's smile reflects the bright hope of their future. A beacon of love in the chapel, their voices, filled with emotion, echo softly as they exchange vows, sealing their destinies. A moment frozen in time, their love, a vibrant testament against the timeless sea. Sunlight paints the room as Arthur and Eleanor laugh across a wooden table, motes dancing in the bright air. A simple meal of bread and cheese sits between them, a testament to a love built on simple joys. Their eyes crinkle with mirth, reflecting a deep, unspoken affection that fills every corner of the room. The air is thick with their palpable love, a warm, comforting presence that transcends the humble setting. In a dim flashback, Eleanor lies pale in bed, her face gaunt, a stark contrast to the warmth of the room. Arthur sits beside Eleanor, his loving hand gently enveloping hers, a silent promise of unwavering support. Worry lines etched deeply into Arthur's face, each groove a testament to his love and fear. The soft lamplight casts long shadows, painting a scene of quiet desperation and tender affection. A poignant tableau of love in the face of fragility, their bond a beacon in the encroaching darkness. In a flashback, Eleanor's funeral unfolds, a somber tableau painted in faded colors. Arthur stands frozen, a solitary figure beside Eleanor's grave, his grief a palpable presence. Sunlight filters weakly through the trees, casting long, mournful shadows on Arthur's face. His face is a canvas etched with loss, each line a testament to his profound sorrow. Bathed in the pale moonlight, Arthur sits alone, his silhouette a stark reminder of solitude in their once vibrant home. His slumped shoulders speak volumes, each line etched with the heavy burden of Eleanor's absence. The camera sweeps across the room, revealing an untouched space. Dust motes dance in the air where laughter once echoed. Now only silence remains. Each empty room amplifies his despair, a haunting testament to love's enduring echo. Sunlight streams into the Portsmouth bookstore, illuminating dust motes as young Arthur explores the towering shelves. His fingers trace the spines of the well-worn books, each touch hinting at untold stories and hidden wisdom. His eyes light up as he spots a familiar title, a beacon in the sea of literature. Meditations. With a gentle pull, Arthur retrieves the ancient book, its wisdom about to be rediscovered. In the soft glow of candlelight, Arthur is absorbed in meditations, the ancient wisdom illuminating his focused expression. The candlelight flickers, casting dancing shadows that emphasize the depth of thought etched on Arthur's face. The pages of meditation seem to glow as Arthur turns them with reverence, each word resonating in the silent home. The warm light embraces Arthur, creating an intimate space where the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius comes to life. Arthur's eyes gleam with understanding, reflecting the profound connection he feels with the ancient text. Bathed in soft light, Arthur is lost in contemplation, the essence of meditations transforming the atmosphere. Arthur's dim room is filled with shadows, a stark contrast to the memories stirring within him. A subtle shift in the light suggests a change in Arthur's mind as he recalls Eleanor. The room's lighting warms, mirroring the fond memories of Eleanor flooding Arthur's senses. Sunlight streams in, painting the room in a nostalgic glow as Arthur dwells on Eleanor. The dim room darkens further, shadows stretching like grasping fingers across the aged furniture and swirling dust. A crushing weight descends, the air thick with the palpable essence of memory and loss. Eleanor's face appears, a haunting echo of vitality extinguished too soon, filling Arthur's mind. The image of her finality is stark, a painful contrast to the vibrant life she once embodied. Arthur is overwhelmed with sorrow. In Arthur's dim room, a slideshow begins, each image a beacon against an encroaching darkness. Lighthouses pierce through veils of thick fog, their beams momentarily illuminating the shadowed space. Each flash of light etches the room's gloom deeper, the silence punctuated only by the projector's hum. The images flicker, ghostly apparitions against the wall, each lighthouse a solitary sentinel. The room breathes in the rhythm of the slideshow, shadows dancing to the strobe of light. Each lighthouse tells a silent story of guidance and warning, now projected onto the dim canvas. In the dimly lit ship's cabin, Arthur, weathered by time, stands resolute at the wheel, candlelight casting shadows. Rain lashes against the portholes, the ship groaning, a symphony of the tempestuous sea's fury. His face, etched with harsh lines, reflects a life braved, a testament to storms weathered. Though weariness fills his eyes, a spark of resolve flickers, a remembrance of Eleanor's love. He grips the wheel, knuckles white, finding strength in the echo of her memory. The past merges with the present, Eleanor's love an anchor in the storm of time. Bathed in the dim light of his room, Arthur turns, his gaze meeting the camera with unwavering intensity. A determined glint in his eyes, a quiet strength emanates from Arthur's steady, resolute gaze. The shadows play across his face, highlighting the depth and complexity of his inner resolve. Arthur's expression is a study in understated power, promising resilience in the face of adversity. In the dim room, Arthur's silent strength speaks volumes, a beacon of hope amidst the surrounding gloom. In Arthur's dimly lit room, the screen comes alive with animated graphics, vividly visualizing the intricate pathways of the brain. Before their eyes, the brain morphs, transforming first into the commanding wheel of a ship, navigating the seas of thought. The image shifts again, solidifying into a formidable fortress, guarding secrets within its walls. The vibrant display captivates, turning the room into a beacon of learning and imagination. The captain stands resolute at the ship's helm, a beacon of calm amidst the animated storm. Violently animated waves rise like monstrous claws, threatening to engulf the vessel. Each wave crashes against the hull, a symphony of destruction against the ship's brave defiance. The captain's steady hand guides the ship, unyielding against the ocean's fury. Foam explodes skyward as the ship cuts through the tempest, a dance between fate and will. The horizon beckons, a promise of safe passage beyond the raging animated sea. On the ship's bridge, a sudden, jarring scream pierces the air, cutting through the hum of the vessel. A crew member bursts in, face twisted in a grotesque mask of stark terror. Their eyes are wide, reflecting an unseen horror that grips them. The figure stumbles, nearly falling, their body shaking violently. Their voice, strained and ragged, struggles to form coherent words. A desperate plea hangs in the air, lost amidst the ship's mechanical drone. On the ship's bridge, the captain stands tall, a beacon of calm amid a storm of data on the monitors. Complex readouts fill the screens, reflecting in the captain's focused gaze. With unwavering resolve, the captain assesses the unfolding situation, a silent promise of control. Clear and concise commands cut through the tense atmosphere, each word a calculated move. The crew responds with precision, their actions mirroring the captain's composure. Heavy curtains choke the sunlight, leaving Arthur's room in perpetual twilight, a haven for his thoughts. He sits, surrounded by towering stacks of books, lost in a world of his own making. With a flourish, Arthur gestures, his eyes gleaming with fervent intensity and passion. "Imagine a fortress, not of stone, but of will," he proclaims, his voice filled with zeal. The inner citadel. His words paint a vivid picture of mental fortitude and resilience. It's your mind, your judgment, impervious to external chaos, Arthur says, his voice ringing with conviction. In Arthur's dimly lit room, shadows dance, hinting at secrets and untold stories. Across the stark screen, words materialize, stark and bold. The inner citadel, the graphic text looms large, promising a journey into the depths of the unknown. A visual gateway opens, inviting viewers to step into a hidden world. The room fades as focus shifts to the graphic text, a title that hints at danger. A sleek, modern car dominates the bustling city street, its metallic sheen reflecting the harsh sunlight. The roar of the engine intensifies as the car accelerates, weaving through the dense traffic with ruthless precision. Tires screech as the car executes a sudden, aggressive maneuver, cutting off another vehicle without warning. A heartbeat of near-disaster metal flashes, horns blare, and the scent of burnt rubber fills the air. The sleek car speeds away, leaving a wake of chaos and a lingering sense of reckless abandon in its path. Inside the car, knuckles whiten on the steering wheel, a stark sign of rising tension. A vein throbs, mirroring the inner battle as the driver prepares to unleash a torrent of anger. Eyes closed, a deep breath taken, a visible effort to quell the storm within. With a slow release, shoulders ease, a subtle victory over the brewing tempest. Heavy curtains fight the sun, casting Arthur's room in dim twilight as he clutches a worn Hamlet. Dust motes swirl around Arthur as he gestures, his face illuminated with quiet intensity. Arthur's voice resonates in the dim room, holding the weight of unspoken words. The pause. It's not merely silence, Arthur states, his eyes reflecting a profound depth. It's a pregnant void, he says, brimming with potential. With the weight of everything, Arthur scrubs the ship's deck, knuckles white around the brush, each stroke a testament to his grim determination. The wood is rough, unforgiving beneath his hands, mirroring the harsh reality of his past. With relentless scrubbing, faint crimson stains bloom like morbid roses on the weathered planks. The sting of salt spray and the ache in his wrists are constant reminders of the day's grim labor. Torches flicker, casting shadows in the mess hall. The air is thick with stale beer and unwashed bodies. Young Arthur stands before mutinous sailors. The sailors are a motley bunch. Their faces are hardened by years at sea. Arthur has a steely glint in his eyes. On the ship's bridge, Arthur stands tall, a figure of undeniable authority, his presence commanding attention. His sharp gaze pierces through an officer, who visibly squirms under the intensity of Arthur's stare. The bridge hums with a low, almost imperceptible tension, the air thick with unspoken expectations. Arthur's posture exudes confidence, every line of his body a testament to his unwavering command. The officer's nervous fidgeting amplifies the palpable power dynamic between them, highlighting Arthur's dominance. The scene is bathed in the vibrant hues of a flashback, enhancing the drama and emotional weight of the encounter. Weak sunlight barely breaches Arthur's dim room, casting dancing dust motes in the air. The gloom hangs heavy, shadows clinging to every corner as Arthur begins to speak. Arthur gestures emphatically, his serious expression unwavering in the dim light. His face is etched with deep seriousness, a stark contrast to the room's gloom. The dust motes swirl, mirroring the intensity of Arthur's earnest gestures. Arthur sits alone in his dimly lit room, sunlight feebly attempting to pierce the heavy curtains. Shadows cling to the corners as Arthur speaks softly, almost to himself, in the suffocating gloom. His voice, a mere whisper against the silence, begins a somber mantra. "Begin each morning by telling yourself," Arthur murmurs, his words heavy with resignation, "I shall meet with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness." Arthur walks onto the pier as the sun dips low, painting the sky with fire. The ocean stretches out before him, vast and unknowable. The golden light bathes Arthur's face, highlighting the lines etched by time and worry. He seems lost in thought. The wooden planks of the pier creak softly under his feet, a rhythmic counterpoint to the crashing waves below. He pauses, gazing out at the horizon where the sun bleeds into the sea, a silent observer of nature's grandeur. A gentle breeze whispers through his hair, carrying the scent of salt and distant shores. The world holds its breath. The sun disappears completely, leaving behind a sky awash in shades of purple and orange. Arthur remains, a solitary figure. Arthur sits on a weathered bench, the wood warm beneath his fingers, overlooking an endless ocean. The setting sun bathes the sky in orange and purple, a fiery farewell to the day. Reflections dance on the calm ocean surface, mirroring the vibrant colors above. A peaceful smile graces Arthur's face as he gazes at the horizon, content in the moment. Sunlight barely breaches the curtains, painting Arthur's dim room with long shadows and stirring dust motes in the stale air. Arthur sits on the edge of his worn bed, head buried in his hands, a portrait of despair amidst the encroaching gloom. The silence in the room is heavy, each breath echoing past choices and regrets. The air hangs thick with unspoken words, a suffocating blanket of solitude in Arthur's shadowy retreat. Sunlight barely penetrates Arthur's dim room, casting long shadows that dance with dust motes. Books overflow from shelves, creating precarious stacks that threaten to spill onto the floor. Arthur sits hunched, his form a silhouette against the weak light, his face etched with deep thought. His eyes gleam with a fervent belief, a quiet fire burning within the depths of his soul. "Life is defined by the story you tell yourself," Arthur declares, his voice resonating with conviction. Sunlight barely pierces Arthur's grimy window, casting shadows on his cluttered room. Dust motes dance in the faint light, illuminating stacks of books. Arthur hunches over Meditations, his brow furrowed in deep thought. His fingers trace the worn pages, seeking wisdom from the past. "Marcus Aurelius understood the true source of power," Arthur murmurs. "It's the mastery of your own mind," he concludes, eyes reflecting inner resolve. In Arthur's dimly lit room, sunlight struggles to pierce through the heavy gloom. Arthur stands amidst towering stacks of books, the air thick with the scent of aged paper and forgotten tales. He gestures emphatically, his passion igniting the shadowed space. His words resonate, a beacon in the gloom. "It's not about what you possess, but the quality of your thoughts," Arthur continues, emphasizing that truly defines you. The room remains still, filled with the profound echo of Arthur's wisdom. Weak sunlight struggles through the grimy window, barely illuminating Arthur's dim room. Dust motes dance in the faint beams, creating an ethereal glow around the solitary figure. Arthur sits hunched, a silhouette against the light, addressing an unseen audience. His voice echoes in the stillness, a solemn promise hanging in the air. "Keep your thoughts high and true." In Arthur's dimly lit room, a quiet anticipation fills the air. Arthur breaks the fourth wall, his gaze meeting ours with unnerving directness. A small, enigmatic smile plays on Arthur's lips, hinting at hidden depths. His eyes gleam with quiet confidence, drawing us into his mysterious world. Arthur stands alone in his dimly lit room, his gaze piercing directly into the camera. Text overlay appears. "Subscribe for more wisdom." Arthur's voice cuts through the silence. "Keep your hand on the wheel." He steadies himself, a quiet command resonating. Steady as she goes. The dim light casts long shadows around Arthur, emphasizing his solitary figure. His expression is unreadable, a mix of determination and quiet contemplation.